مصر بتسلم عليكو، بتناديكو بتناديكو، ايدنا في ايديكو نعمل معجزات. مصر فاتحة لكم ايديها، كله يتراهن عليها، مصر تاني هتبني الأهرامات.
Indeed, the Prime Minister, Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, delivered the statement of the government before the House of Representatives, and the Parliament will study the government plan during 10 days in accordance to the Constitution. To shed more light about that, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Rahman, our journalist. Mr. Rahman, good afternoon to you.
Well, good afternoon to you. Hello to you and the dear viewers.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Mr. Rahman, the most important points tackled by the Prime Minister in the statement before the House of Representatives from your point of view, sir.
There is a common responsibility here between the government, the new or the reshuffled government, and the Parliament to work together throughout recommending or not recommending the choices and the program of the government,
yes,
according to the measures that the new republic has set and we are all agreed upon. The same measures of the new republic that represent the sound of the nation in the June 30 revolution. That means we are building this new republic according to a balanced measures between the government efforts and the private sector efforts and the nation as the main beneficiary from this measures.
yes,
Not generation, but for generations to come. That means a long-term strategy. And a strategy that builds up upon our own independence in our own decision, whether economically, whether politically, whether whoever. And I believe there is a chance for the new ministers,
yes,
along with the old ones who has continued their missions. There is a test, a historical test for them. Realize this is a state of war we are going through right now, and since more than 5 years now,
yes,
since the beginning of the corona epidemic and
yes,
the international crisis, and of course the Zionist aggression to Gaza Strip, and the worldwide circumstances that affecting our own economy and our own circumstances as a nation.
yes.
This nation should be protected by the Parliament and government all together. This is a mission for those who are in responsibility.
Indeed.
Second,
yes.
please go on. Please ask if you want.
Yes, sir. Mr. Rahman, also the Prime Minister was keen to say that the top priority of the government indeed is the national security. And when he talked also about the foreign policy of Egypt and the program of the foreign policy, he said that the top priority as well is fight terrorism with the international partners. What's your take on that in particular, sir?
Of course, target to keep up the Egyptian strategy. That strategy that all Egypt in the region is taking with balanced relations with the Eastern power and the Western power all at the same time, seeking our best interests.
Yes.
And we have, of course, in mind the best interests of our own partners, reaching out for the point of balance of those relations and those interests, and our own national security measures at a top level and a top-notch measure. we have accomplished a lot in this march under the supervision of the great Mr. Sameh Shukri, and we expect to witness the same with the new Minister of Foreign Affairs. As we should act as a state, as a republic, as a nation, as a long-term strategy that doesn't change if the minister changes. Yes. The strategy of a developed and a strong pillars state. That strategies don't change if we have to change the minister. The minister comes to serve the strategy, doesn't change it.
Yes. Also, the Prime Minister talked about the file of the Egyptian water, the Nile water, and that it's a not negotiable issue, and it's our national security and the water security of Egypt is of great concern, as well as, of course, indeed, our relationship with our African partners and in particular the Nile Basin countries, which is a top priority for our foreign policy as well. What's your take on that, Mr. Abdel Rahman?
Well, there are two dimensions in this file. The first one, we have regained our own strong relations with Africa, and in route prior to our own strategy in the foreign affairs file, which is counted historical success to Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
Yes.
Who took this initiative, in those relations that were damaged deliberately the past era. And of course, we need also to remember only Mr. President has made a promise, and he has fulfilled that promise now, which is keeping the rights of the waters, Egyptian rights in the waters, and every citizen in Egypt realizes that President now his promise, and he has rights, despite the dangers and the challenges we are witnessing by the Ethiopian dam, which is supported, unfortunately, by some regional powers and some international powers. And here is the whole cards on the table is shuffled, but only Egypt is concentrating on its best interest, as well as keeping our own strong relations with our partners in Africa, and to try to contain and surround the danger of the Ethiopian dam.
Mr. Abdel Rahman, also tackling the economic file, the Prime Minister talked about the importance of continuing with the initiatives launched earlier, also under, of course, the leadership of President Sisi, like the 100,000 lives initiative, health, 100 million lives initiative, Hayah Karima, as well as other Takaful and Karama. All these initiatives which are of great concern to the Egyptian citizen, which is, of course, the top priority of the government. How do you see this as well, Mr. Abdel Rahman?
Well, you have tackled something very important here. And I would like to add here, those initiatives, those pioneer initiatives created by Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi needs to be expanded, and is the only way to be expanded is by giving more freedom to the government, economical and industrial and agricultural arms. You have to be more liberated in action to protect the greater sectors of the nation, because we need to remember that opening doors for private sector should not be the great sectors of the society, who are taking the most paying the highest price for the reforms economically that those are needed, but at the same time, only by the mental and the military association, economical and agricultural, and the projects of those two associations should be expanded and more spreaded in the whole nation. The main, the true dam, the true shield that protecting the nation and national security.
Indeed, Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, our journalist. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious input. Our dear viewers, that was a quick recap for the statement by Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli before the House of Representatives. The Prime Minister did indeed deliver the statement of the Cabinet before the House of Representatives, and the Prime Minister also handed the House of Representatives the program of the new government. According to that, the Parliament will study the government plan during 10 days in accordance with the Constitution. Our dear viewers, that was our coverage for the statement by the Prime Minister.